Hello and welcome to the Flipping and Wholesaling Houses in New York show. My name is Michael Pinter, where I teach you how to start flipping or wholesaling houses, or if you're already doing it, how to grow your business. So, got a question from Eric saying, what does my team structure look like? What's my role these days? Cold callers, texters, acquisition, dispo, transaction, coordinator, blah, blah. Okay, so I'm going to tell you my structure, and I want you to understand, this is not like the same for everyone. So, this is my structure right now. It could change in a couple of months. It was different before. So I'm going to tell you what I'm doing right now. So right now, first let's talk about my team. So I have 3 leads managers who take inbound calls, respond to inquiries, right? I'm doing a lot of pay-per-click advertising right now. So people put in a form or an intercom, like a chat bot. So they call them back immediately. I have coverage really 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. And then I'm considering hiring a call service to answer calls off hours. And so 3 leads managers. I have 1 VA that really does a lot of my marketing, social media posting. So she's going to take this video right now, stick it on YouTube, maybe post it somewhere else, maybe edit it for short form content. Also, she's also helping me with pay-per-click, and she also does a lot of projects that I need. I have my 1 U.S. employee is a dispositions manager who handles all my dispo. So any property that we buy, she is going to list for. If we list it for, I take listings too. So I may list the property. She'll deal with the listing. Sorry, I get a lot of calls, and then she'll also deal with wholesale deals and cash buyers. I also have 2.5 part-time acquisition managers who really do their own deals, but I trust them. And if I can't go on an appointment, they'll go. I'm going away soon for like 8 days, and then I'm going to go away again for about 10 days, and then I'm going away for like 6 weeks when my daughter's due to have her second child towards the middle of November. So these are the guys that are going to take those appointments if they have to go to live. Now, that's basically how it's set up. I understand that I may need to make adjustments in that I may need to hire virtual acquisition managers, right? US based acquisition managers who are going to take those calls and try and convert those deals quicker. That is something I may need to do. I'm not sure yet, but it would be a small base salary with mostly commission. But I don't have the lead flow really to keep a guy like that busy. So if I'm on some part of me wants to hire him and then do nothing with him, but I think it's stupid, right? Because I'm not going to pay $100,000 a year in salary. I pay a small salary, and if I don't have it ramped up where I'm getting a ton of leads for the guy to work, he's going to probably walk. I cannot believe how many calls I'm getting from other countries even. Okay, so that's my structure now. I do have a cold caller, 2 cold callers. But I tried to really outsource the cold calling. It didn't work great. I may hire more and get that going. So what are my roles? What do I do in the business? So my job is to get the phone ringing. So handle all the marketing. So managing pay-per-click, managing direct mail, managing cold calling, outbound ringless voicemails, RVMs, and texting. One of my leads managers also does texting. Part-time. So that's my first job. My second job is really I'm in charge of acquisition. So local deals, I'm the one who goes on the appointments most of the time. I don't want to do that. I really want to get that outsourced, so I don't do it at all, because that's really what keeps me here. The marketing I can do from anywhere. I want to get my business where I'm not really tied to an office, because I really want to get out of New York for most of the year if I can. So my job is marketing, not leads management, that's outsourced, and then acquisitions, and then dispo is out. So to me, the business is really 3 parts, right? There's marketing, there's sales, and there's dispo, right? I'm involved in some of the marketing, a lot of the sales, which is getting the deals locked up, and then I'm trying to do 0 dispo, and I'm really trying to get myself out of all those parts, where I'm just going to manage people. But I'm not there yet. That's not where my business is right now. And I know that if I were to take 3 months out of here and not be here, my business would suffer. So I have to work on a bunch of things in my business. My business is far from perfect. A lot of people, when they get into any business, including this business, they believe that well, I'm going to be in it for a little bit, and then I'm going to build passive income, and I'm going to sit on a beach and sip Mai Tais. That never happens. And I can tell you, I know dozens, maybe many dozens of people in this business who legitimately do multiple seven figures every year, and they all have the same issues, right? You're still managing people, and people are not going to, we have this dream that we're going to hire someone and they're going to work for us for 20 years. Most people don't last that long, right? So you can hire someone, they're amazing, and guess what? In 2 or 3 years, they may leave. Are there ways to lock up people? Sure. Are there people who are always going to leave? Sure. But you're going to have to manage people and replacing people, right? And I'm talking about people even who got to a level where they hired a COO, right? Chief Operating Officer, to really handle the day-to-day. Guess what? The chief operating officer leaves at some point. So there is no point where the business is self-sustaining, where you're on a golf course every day for a 5-minute call. I know one story of a woman, and I think only a woman could really do this, where she built a business in like a year and a half to like 10 deals a month, hired a COO, and spent 3 hours a week running it. But that was a long time ago. I know she had some other issues. It wasn't so simple. That's like our dream, right? We build it up, and then we just sit there and look at our phones as our bank account grows. That's a myth. There's always going to be problems. There's always things. Now, here's the truth. I love what I do, and I love going to work. I love it. And believe me, it's not always rainbows and butterflies. Yesterday, I had 2 deals that I thought were imminently closing, cash that I was really counting on, and I got a bomb dropped on me on each of them. One was that there was a title issue. I thought the deal was dead. The other one, sort of a title issue, it's delayed. So this is what happens all the time, right? Your goal shouldn't be that you're going to sit on a beach and earn passive income, because that's complete bullshit. Your goal should be that you build up enough deals that if a deal falls apart, you're not going to cry. I remember when I started in this business, I had a partner, and we were borrowing private money from people for everything. We were closing on everything, gut renovating everything. We're buying at auction. And one day, one of the lenders called us and said, like, he thought he was getting divorced and he needed money. And like, we had like a panic attack. And I said, our goal should be that we have enough private lenders that if one leaves, we don't care. And that's really on all ends of the business. Your goal should be to build up enough of a pipeline that if a deal is not going to close, and trust me when I say, even a deal that you think is locked up rock solid, it still may not close. Things happen. I'm not talking about just delays. Things happen that kill the whole deal. And you have to build up a business where if that happens, you're not going to want to jump off a bridge. So yesterday I wasn't so happy. I'm just giving that as an example. Today, actually, that title issue is not an issue, thank God. I know the other one is going to close probably in 2 months, waiting for a court in South Carolina to finish up a probate thing. But that's just the way it goes, right? And then now I got good news, right? Good news that title issue wasn't a problem. Good news that another deal is scheduled to close on the 26th. So like my pipeline is at a point where I'm not going to cry if a deal doesn't happen. But you should understand that you're always going to be involved as the owner, always. And I promise you, there's a guy in Investor Fuel whose business, I looked at his numbers, they were staggering. The guy was doing almost $1 million a month, right? Like really, like an eight figure guy. That guy is in the business every day. Now you could say, wow, that guy's an idiot. Why is he wasting his time? But he enjoys it just like I enjoy it, right? I wish I enjoyed it on his level. It would probably be more. But the truth is, as you grow the business and manage more people almost always equal more problems, right? It's another dream we have. In our minds, we think we're going to be this amazing hirer and find this awesome person who's going to do the job, never give me problems. That's unlikely. It's very unlikely, right? Even if you find a great person. I had a great guy working for me, right? I go and then he got poached from my ex-partner. So these things happen, right? And I was upset about it for about 4 minutes, right? That's how much time I usually give myself. You can be upset for 4 minutes. After that, you got to move on and fix the problem. And it ended up being a good thing, right? Not that he wasn't a good guy. He was good. He did a great job. But I hired someone, and the pay structure worked out much better for me with the new person. So every person who's been through anything for a long time will tell you that when things seem like they're terrible, it's almost always an opportunity. I think it's Japanese where the same word for crisis is opportunity. So that's your job, right? Your job is to manage people and to manage crises that happen, and that never stops, never, right? Again, it's fantasy that we all have that I'm gonna get in this business. I'm gonna start wholesaling to make quick cash, right? It's not so quick. It's not so easy. And then I'm gonna go into flips to make big cash. Not so simple. And then I'm going to just buy rentals and just sit back and earn. Listen, I know guys in Investor Fuel who own hundreds of rentals. And you know what they're doing every day? They're working. They're working their ass off. It's not so simple. Even to manage rentals. Oh, I'll just hire a property management company. That's bullshit. Okay, first of all, you have to manage a property management company. And second of all, it's not so simple because property management companies do stupid things that you have to fix all the time. So I hope this was helpful. I hope it was helpful. I don't know if it was. But if you're interested in all the ways I can help you, go to howtoflipnewyork.com. If you're interested in finding out more about one-on-one coaching I offer, go to coaching.howtoflipnewyork.com. I have a at home study program, and the URL for that is howtoflipnewyorkcourse.com, which is a horrible name that I have to fix. If you're watching on YouTube, please subscribe. If you're watching on any media channel, please click the thumbs up. The likes really help the algorithm. A lot more people have been seeing my videos lately, and it's because of you liking. So please keep liking whenever you see my videos. I appreciate it. What else? Oh, I go live 5 times a week. I usually don't know what the hell to say. So please keep questions coming. Please keep the comments coming. I try to get back to them within a day. This was asked a few days ago. Please keep them coming. If it's a simple answer, I'll just reply with an answer. If it's something that I've covered before, I'll send you links to it. I sent a link to a video. I sent 3 links to a video just before about double closing. Somebody had a question. And if it's something new, I'll do a new video on it. So thank you very, very much for watching. I really, really appreciate it.